Hey, Coach Charlie here. All right, so I know there's a lot of Shakeology videos out there, a lot of smoothie videos out there, but they're really focused on a particular recipe, and I think they're all missing like a big piece of how to make a really great shake. And I've shared Shakeology with a lot of people, and those people who didn't really like it came back to me with complaints about maybe it was gritty, or it didn't taste right, or it was too thick, or it was too thin, or whatever the case was. And most of the time those problems can be eliminated or at least mitigated by how you prepare it. So I'm shooting this video for everybody out there who's either trying Shakeology for the first time or has never really thought about how they prepare it. Now, if you got a pouch, this is regular formula. See the black pouch? This has whey protein. This is a vegan one, white pouch, vegan formula, rice protein. On the back, it'll tell you, mix this with 8 ounces of water or whatever you're going to do it with. If you want to follow a recipe, go ahead and follow a recipe. But I've got a couple of thumb rules that I'm going to share with you to make sure that every shake that you make turns out perfect every single time. So me personally right now, I'm going to make my favorite strawberry banana. And it doesn't really matter that I'm putting banana in here, except that you have to account for this banana being part of the overall volume of the shake, all right? So the first and most important thing that you do when you make your shake is choose the glass that you want to drink out of. Okay, we're going to use this as our measurement. So whether I choose a glass this size or twice as big, you want to use this. And here's my first rule of thumb. You see how much ice I have in there? That's roughly about 1/3 of the volume of the glass. That's the consistency that I like. Obviously, more ice would make it thicker, less ice would make it thinner, but a good rule of thumb for me is about 1/3. And if you're going to argue that that's not quite 1/3, it's actually because the glass is tapered. But anyway, so I'm going to start with 1/3 of a cup of ice. And then I'm going to add, and in this case I'm adding almond milk because this is a vegan formula. Now, I fill the glass to about 7/8 full. I'm leaving a little bit of volume there because I have that banana. If you have your pouch, you just rip your pouch open, dump it in a nice dry blender. I don't, I have bulk. So I'm taking a full scoop here. Now, I put the banana in there, but my blender is clean and dry. If my blender weren't dry, I would put my wet ingredients in first. But since it is dry, I'm not worried about the Shakeology sticking to the blender. So I'm going to dump that right in there like that. So my dry ingredients are in. I've got my wet ingredients measured out. I'm going to pour that in. And then here's the part that most people will mess up, especially if you are making a vegan formula. You need to run this longer than you think. Okay, when you put it in the blender, you're not just mixing the ingredients up, you actually need to blend this, especially the vegan, to make sure that everything gets blended in properly. A rice protein is going to taste a little chalky or a little gritty if you're not used to it, and it's going to be really bad if you don't blend it long enough. So I'm going to put it in there. Oh, this isn't plugged in, of course. I'm going to put it in there and I'm going to let it run. And we've got, of course, a nice blender here, and I've got a smoothie setting. But here we go. Okay, now adjust accordingly, because if you've got a smaller or a less robust blender, you're going to need to blend a little bit longer, and this should be just about right. Yep, I've got about a tablespoon left down there. I've got my shake in the perfect consistency that I love it. Everything's blended in there really well, and that's it. So there's my shake, and now I'm actually going to drink this. So I hope you enjoy yours. Follow those guidelines, and you'll make a great shake every time, regardless of what recipe you decide to follow. Thanks a lot for watching.